today. I'm filming in here, so start off with the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Like I said, Paul's not here, so I'm going in, so I might make mistakes, so
You're like the judge.
I'm gonna run with it.
You run with it, sir.
All right, did we get a chance, did everybody get a chance to review the minutes?
I'll move them.
Second.
Got a first and second, any opposed? Right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now, with the resolutions of today, I start off with PS1, resolution to adopt the update of the Swift County multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan.
I'll move it.
All right. This plan is for emergency, in case we have emergency in the county, they have a set plan, try to how to use it, and Kathy, if you wanna explain that a little bit.
So this is an update to our multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan. The plan was originally completed in 2013 and we're required to do updates to it. We received funding from FEMA to do that. I think we got the funding in 2022. So we did an RFP in 2023 for vendors. Barton & LaJudas was the vendor that we had selected. They've done the plan on 2 other occasions. I brought Terry in with me. She's been working on the plan for the past 3 years. So I'll let her give you little information on it.
Yes, thank you, Kathy. This is our second update to the plan. The updates are required every 5 years. Funding, no. This plan, adoption of this plan will allow the county and its municipalities to apply for mitigation-specific funding through the Federal Emergency Management Agency following a federal disaster. It's not the federal disaster money that's available, but specifically mitigation funding, as well as mitigation projects. Also, there's other federal funding that's tied to having a mitigation plan. This go around, all of the municipalities have participated in the plan, so it's 100%. They all have to adopt it as well, so they'll be doing that in the next couple of months at their board meetings, and I'll go out and visit with them. The annexes, the plan itself and the annexes are on the county emergency management web page, and I think the information is in your packets. And I have a copy of the county annex here if you have any questions.
Thank you.
There's no other questions. Motion to accept this plan.
I move.
So all in favor of this plan?
Aye.
Okay, resolution passed. Second resolution, PS2, resolution amending the resolution number .076 from April 9th, 2026, resolution authorizing the transfer administration and the budget drone coordinator program for the emergency management to E91 to correct the budget on vacation errors.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
I can talk
For
for you.
discussion.
I think this was just an error, correct, Phil? All that was, and it's
And I have
just.
a feeling it was mine, if I remember.
Well, I wrote the right man to admit.
Wrote the wrong line, department.
There was a couple of lines that originally transferred from our department to 911 that were actually supposed to be transferred to the sheriff's department. It's because a lot of the equipment and the repairs and maintenance was for the pilots in the sheriff's department. So this is what the correction is for, is those 2 lines were transferred to the 911 department instead of the sheriff's office. So it's getting transferred to the sheriff's office. So the drone coordinator can still coordinate purchasing equipment and the repairs and maintenance piece inside that has nothing to do with 911. So, do you have any other additional? Do you have anything to add?
Human error.
Yep.
And the motion passed.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Resolution, PS three, resolution authorizing the transfer of funds from salary and wages to overtime payments in the probation department. Okay,
Morning, thanks.
I'll make the motion.
Sorry.
Second.
Okay.
Basically, we have had more new officers than we expected for the year. A lot of the mandated state training requires us to work over 40 hours. Between the POs having to go through the training, and we also have staff that are certified trainers that have to help with those trainings. They are working over 40, so we exhausted the funds we had to share. We have more than enough in salaries because we had open positions, so we saved a lot of salary and wage money.
How many hours of training do they have to get each year or?
Well, initially, they've got to do 5 weeks of fundamentals, which is a probation required to the state. Now, as of a couple of years ago, they have to do a basic course for peace officer training, which can be up to 6 weeks, depending on if we send them to their firearms training or not. And then there's field training in addition to that after. It's a lot.
Yeah. So you're gonna be short a lot when you have to train the new
We
ones coming
do.
in.
It takes a long time to get them up to speed.
Do they have to do you have to be retrained? And it should be shorter if they do.
It's much
yes.
shorter, yeah. Our special services officers that carry have to do recertification every year to carry a firearm. Our regular POs that don't carry, you have to get 21 hours of additional training every year.
any questions for Dave?
I have,
What's that question?
the reason you didn't anticipate this many new officers and that's why you had to go over and wasn't mentioned for this.
Well, I think it's a good thing.
It's good that
We're
you're
interested in coming to work for you.
Yeah.
So far. Getting a little bit.
All in favor of this?
Aye.
Any opposed? The next is, it's gonna be a request to set the salary for a grand jury reporter. The salary which is going to be $96,827.
Yeah, sure. This position was adopted by resolution number 148 for a full-time grand jury reporter position for the Oswego County District Attorney's Office. Was developed under the management personnel compensation plan. We've been advertising now for over 2 years, and we finally have a candidate fits the position with many years of experience in multiple counties for singularly grand jury reporting. So we're willing, and this only will help us move cases along better. We can possibly do more than just 1 day a week in grand jury now, because we have full-time reporting. So it assists us in, as I've overly talked about 245 and discovery and the necessity for us to move cases quicker, faster. This is just one of those components that that I think is going to help us immensely. And this is in my early years of economics, supply and demand. There's a huge demand and lack of supply in court reporters within this very experience. So right now we do a bunch of independent contractors, and a lot of that means they're all retired and they do not live in the county, and they do not stay during the winter. So they go to Arizona and Florida because they don't like being here up in the winter as much as maybe 90% of you here.
Yeah.
So so this makes our life a little bit easier.
So she's ours. We haven't got to share her.
Yes, nice.
Well, this is great. We've had this infrastructure for a couple of years waiting for you to be able to fill it. So I'm so glad that you're able to.
Any other questions for this attorney? All in favor of this?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, next we'll go to reporting to departments. We'll start off with EMS department report, Nate.
All right, good morning, everybody. It's been going on in the EMS world. Our EMT class in Phoenix, was approved by New York State since our last meeting. We've been having open enrollment and registration for that. It's been very good. Our class is currently full and we're building a wait list, so, that's very promising. So right now we have 20 original students and 5 refreshers signed up, which is very exciting. Very good. It'll be a very good boost for the county EMS system as a whole, and especially a lot of them are volunteer firemen. So that's very promising to see. I'm hoping the individuals we have on the wait list, we will be able to get in the class, because usually every class after the first week, we usually see about 5 withdrawals when they see what the class actually is going to entail in the course load. So I'm hoping we're going to be able to still keep this class full and get those other individuals that are interested into the class.
Nate, how far into the course can you put the people from the wait list? I mean, just the first couple, after that, it's kind of like you missed too much.
So the course enrollment form, which is like the initial roster, has to get submitted to the New York State Division of EMS within, I believe it's like 10 days to 2 weeks after the start of course date. So after that occurs, we're not really able to
Okay,
change anything because the roster is submitted to the state.
okay.
But before that, we are able to last minute withdrawals. We're able to kind of move some people around. Chief Jones here, I've sent he also has a class this fall, and I've sent a couple people his way, or to his staff's way. We're looking for some classes too, just because I want to make sure, if we do have classes in our county, we're both being successful and we're getting as many people trained as possible. And from what it sounds like, is both classes are filling up. So, Kathy and I are just in discussions about how we can try to get to offer more classes in the future, because lately I feel like the interest is there. We've just been struggling to find to really meet the demand. So we're trying to see what we can do to get some more classes running in the future. We are still partnering with Workforce New York on our classes, and one of the students in this upcoming class is going to be sponsored by Workforce New York. So completely paid, their tuition is going to be completely covered by that program, that's been an awesome partnership. We're still offering Stop the Bleed training to organizations who want it. We got a couple of trainings coming up, and then next into the fall, and continuing to offer AED trainings to county departments as requested. We're also looking at the AED program kind of as a whole right now, and seeing if we can strategically change some locations of AEDs, maybe see where we can add some AEDs and stuff like that. So that's coming soon as well. Other than that, just continuing efforts on the Senate bill that requires every county to create the emergency medical system plan or report. Terry from our office sent out a municipal survey to local municipal leaders last week, so we're getting some feedback. That's a requirement. If any of your town supervisors reach out asking, hey, what's this thing from the county? That's our requirement as part of that law. Right now we're in the data compiling phase. I suspect we'll be in that phase for probably the next 3 months, 4 months. It's quite extensive what they're looking for, and then we'll get that submitted to the state by the deadline. So we're working with many partners on this. I know they've talked about it at NISAC and a bunch of other organizations. This is quite the project, so I'm going to be focusing on that quite a bit. And thank you again to all of our partners who are going to help us out with that, because it's definitely a group effort. So working on the new responder wellness team, meeting with fire chiefs at fertility meetings, participating in lots of other initiatives and meetings, supporting any way I can. That's kind of what I got going on. If anyone has any questions, I'd be glad to answer.
So the county emergency medical system, that's a new thing. I mean, are you just do we have something like that now? Or is
So-
I'm not that familiar with it.
So it's a little bit confusing because the Senate bill that was passed and signed by the governor, it's phrased as a plan. It's not really much of a plan. It's more of a report. They're looking for 911 response times data. They're looking for financial data from the EMS agencies, staffing, stuff like that. And they're basically asking the county to compile this data, and say, hey, these are areas of need where we might need some more additional EMS support.
Or identify like gaps in coverage. Or
Correct.
timelines
So-
for coverage.
So it's really a report.
The wording is confusing because the law calls it a comprehensive EMS plan, but it's really more of a, here's a bunch of data we're now required to submit to New York State about our EMS systems. A lot of that data, which is interesting, I have to collect from New York State and then compile it and submit it back to them. So that's been kind of a fun thing. And they've told us they're not giving us that data till late September at the latest. So this project is, I have full confidence that we can accomplish it in-house with 911 fire coordinator's office, and all of our EMS agencies are definitely on board with it. But it is extensive, to say the least. So you'll be hearing more on that in the next.
And the benefit of it is,
The benefit of it is the state gets a very good look at the exact EMS situation of every county in the state. There's benefit to us as a county in that we will have access to data we probably don't normally study, and we can kind of see what our gaps and what our needs may be. I will say, we've been talking a lot about this at the New York State EMS Coordinators Association as well, and our EMS setup is a lot stronger in this county than a lot of other similar counties, and that's definitely a testament to our agencies and our partnerships. But we still will. EMS is struggling statewide, and the state is really trying to take a proactive approach to see what can be done, to kind of fix some of these systemic problems.
And I do believe the NISAC conference is gonna cover some more of this. They talked about it, they went to a presentation from an EMS a county that has EMS and what strides they've done, but there's also gonna be some more information here about the plan in general to attend that.
Any more questions for Dave? Thank you. You're doing a good job, and I wouldn't want to do it.
Appreciate it. I'm enjoying it.
Before you go any further, gentleman here is, I'd like to introduce Paul Casone. He's a fire chief in the city of Oswego. I'm the director of emergency management for the city of Oswego.
Thank you. Just wanted to stop by today and kind of be a fly on the wall. It's hard to figure out what meetings you should all attend, so I just wanted to stop by and pledge support for the city. The county's probably our greatest supporter. Certainly on the public safety side, I work with Kathy's office, Shane Law's office, Kevin Wood's office, Sheriff's office. Also 911, so I think you're the best one to be at, some of the meetings you'd like to come to. Yeah. So, I'm happy to answer any questions, but just here to learn a little bit and say hello.
Thank you for coming. If anybody would like to ask Paul anything. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, Jeff.
You're welcome. Come anytime. Okay, now, the next department is EMO, Kathy.
All right, in addition to the report I submitted, I can touch on a couple of things. Again, the hazard mitigation plan, just looking to get that unfinished. It's been a 3-year process, so with the municipalities all participating this time, getting them through resolutions through each one of their meetings, it does take a little bit of time. We're hoping to have it done by the end of the year. We were able to, between the warmer temperatures that we've had, the extreme heat, and then also the wildfire smoke, we were able to obtain water and masks from New York State. We actually got 1,800 bottles of water, which we distributed all of it throughout the county to different vulnerable populations, as well as a few fires that we brought it out to, a few fires that were taking place. We did work with mobility management to get a bus at a fire in Henneville for the first responders, because it was on an extremely hot day as well. So we've been trying to really put ourselves out there to help wherever we can. We're more of a coordination logistic. We're not the boots on the ground, so we appreciate all those that are. We supplied County Highway with the 2 VMS boards for Oswego Town near Rudy's where they did the new stop sign. So great to see that state resource being used locally in the county here. So appreciate that. Provide some flags and vests for OFA for a coupon distribution they were doing. So for just some more visibility. So, safety first kind of thing. We are participating, Oswego City Fire is doing a safety day this Friday, right? So we'll be at that as well. We do try to participate that. We are coordinating next month is National Preparedness Month. So we'll be bringing a proclamation for National Preparedness Month. We're trying to get a few of our partners together to do a safety day. We haven't done one in quite some time. We're working right now with logistics on that and a confirmed date, but we believe that we're working with Scriba Fire to try to coordinate use of their facility and getting it out there. So we'll bring all the safety agencies and partners in to do something with that. So more to come probably next month at our meeting. I'll be able to give you a better indication of what that looks like. So trying to get that started again. Other than that, we finally got, I will say this because I'm very proud of this, is we started last October with a decontamination shower trailer for our reception center for our radiological program, which could be used for any other thing, like a Red Cross shelter that doesn't have proper facilities, which gives us more ability to use different locations if we have shower capabilities, right? So most places have bathrooms, but not necessarily shower. So we could use it for that. It's wheelchair accessible, so it has a hydraulic system, so it lowers completely to the ground, and it has ramping to get in and out. So we're just received that week ago Friday. So we're excited to get that implemented into our plans and really get the bugs worked out on how to use it. That was a long time in the making. It really was built from scratch. So it took 9 months. So we're very excited about that piece. So maybe we'll have it for a future day. We'll have it maybe for our safety day.
Yep.
Maybe. So anybody can take a look at it. But so that's what we have going on right now. Water levels on the lake are starting to come down a little bit, but we knew that that was going to happen. So that's a good thing. So other than that, if you have any questions, our after action report for our state exercise in June came back positive. Everything looked good, so appreciate you looking at it now. Just kidding on that one.
It's fun. It was very informative, actually, very, very informative. But I was gonna ask you, with your safety day, is that when they make kits for people safety kits they give to people? I could swear there's something
The
that,
citizen preparedness event,
That's what I was
there's a
thinking.
couple of those coming up. There's one at the health department this Thursday that people could have registered. We are actually having one in Phoenix in October 5th at 6 p.m. Is that still great?
Might be in town hall because the
Town
village
hall.
hall isn't accessible.
But yes,
Getting
that's
back to-
That's the bag event where they provide them with a bag of, initial preparedness kits that we recommend putting together if you had to leave it. But yes,
Okay.
I don't know if we'll have that there, but definitely gonna have some information there for people as well as depends on the partners we bring in. We'll bring Red Cross in, maybe they'll do a blood drive, maybe fire will do a chicken barbecue. We're trying to really bring in the crowds, but also bring in information and just get people more prepared for any emergency.
Yeah.
So
feed them and they will come.
that's what we're thinking.
Thank you.
Any more questions for Ken? Okay, we'll move on. I don't see Kevin here today.
Kevin's at a conference in Texas, I think.
I guess he won't speak after that.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, in lieu of a report from 911, I just wanted to share with the committee a letter of appreciation received by the city for 911 support during Harborfest. Very complimentary, Mr. Cooley. It includes me too, but I didn't have anything to do with it, okay? But I thought I'd pass that around and so that everybody gets to that. It's nice to, when we're acknowledged for the good work we do, so.
Yeah, each Harborfest 911 provides tactical dispatch, usually at the fire department's EOC, which helps the main 911 center still do their day-to-day stuff, and then you have an additional dispatchers located for just Harborfest activities. So it's a good partnership.
Thanks for sharing that.
I think the good thing is when all the departments are working together, it's your part, his part,
Yeah.
police part, it all works. But I'm supposed to do. Okay, so we'll move on to the next department, the district attorney's office.
A lot of oars in the water, but nothing specific to report. It's in the summer. We haven't done any constructionals yet. We're setting those up for the fall. usually everybody's on vacation during the summer, so it's not a good time to do that. Just a segue with, we have some projects that we're collaborating with a lot of our law enforcement here in the county of Oswego. That's part of what we do as the district attorney's office. We collaborate a lot with our law enforcement, also our fire department, for the cases that we have presented that come our way. So we're continuing to do that, and again, there'll be more in the future to bring up. So, nothing specific at this point.
Is there something going on at the courthouse right now?
Well, I guess I could report that. The reason why you have no parking.
Exactly, that's what I'm getting at. I'm impressed that everybody found a place to park to get here.
They're picking jury for homicide case, so there's a number of potential juror prospects, so. It will get better as the week goes. That's all I get.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any questions for the district attorney? Now we'll move on to the sheriff department. Sheriff?
Four new corrections officers starting today. We're full staff kind of, that usually lasts about 15 minutes. We have 4 deputies, I believe, in the police academy. We have 4 in the police academy. New fleet of vehicles coming in. 6. 6 new vehicles. Hopefully by the end of the month, it'll be spent. Other than that, not much else going on.
How's the jail full?
It's running about average.
Right.
They're doing a great job at not sending out emails, housing outlets.
That's expensive.
They're definitely improved.
What do anybody like to ask the sheriff any questions? That's an easy day, right? Okay, we'll move on to probation, Dave.
Thanks. Just a few things to addition to my report. We're doing interviews, starting interviews this afternoon for to replace a probation officer position. We have 2 vacancies right now. See how that goes. We've only got 3 people on the current list. So, and that's people who just took the test in June. Only 3 took them for probation officer. So that's going to be our list for the next possibly 4 years. We'll have to probably get the test again next year, but we're having an awful time getting candidates. It's getting tricky. Our annual plan was approved, our probation annual plan with the state, so we're approved for our funding. They give us our state funding. Our raise the age plan in coordination with the DSS was submitted, or we're still waiting to get a result from that from the state. I did include a new probation officer in that position or in that plan that hopefully the state will reimburse us for because our juvenile numbers have increased a lot, so. That's, the raise age plan can cover juvenile positions for POs, so we're hoping they'll approve that. Help us help our budget a little bit. We had a visit from the state director last month. I think I mentioned at our last meeting that he was coming out. That went really well. He was there for like 4 hours, met all my staff. It was a nice visit. So he was happy with everything on the department for the most part. One thing I want to put the committee on notice about is that, and Phil probably is aware of this too, is that there's a big push by probation administrators committee as well as probation officers association to try to change the state retirement system for 25 and out for probation officers. Like law enforcement now, obviously they're 20 and out. And my people, probation, basically are doing the same thing as a lot of the same thing as what law enforcement does, but yet we don't have that state retirement. I mean, under tier 6 that they just passed, probation officers coming in now carrying a firearm, they could have to do that for 40 years because they can't retire into their 60s. So it's just not good. I mean, you're going to have people in their 60s trying to go out executing warrants, doing all things. And the reason law enforcement is 20 and out is because of the safety concerns that, so big push for that. I know at NIFSAC, I think we made a discussion about that. The thing is, though, there's county cost involved, obviously. People that hired earlier.
So Stuart, it's 25 now?
It's not now.
What is it now?
Now it's the same as any, like you could be a typist or you could be any position and it's basically the same thing. You got it. If you're hired under whatever tier you're under, like it's under tier 6, I think you've got to be 60 something before you can supposed to hire 62. So we could hire somebody at 22 to be a probation officer, give them a gun, and they could have to go out with a gun and do law enforcement working for 40 years before they can retire.
So we currently have some at that age group that are, if they're my age out there.
We have a few that are older, not that age, but we have a few that are like in the 50s.
Oh, they went off. You
Nobody
won't
in
be
60s,
sorry.
I'm saying. We have people in the 50s. and the
Yeah,
50s
okay.
now. Which it wouldn't, the 25 and out wouldn't help people that are currently working because their 30-year retirement under the tier they're on would actually be more of an advantage for them to retire at 55 with 30 years.
Right.
It wouldn't be for the 25 and out. It'd only be basically for new hires. So it also would help with retention. It would help with hiring people. People would be more apt to come into our occupation, I think, if they knew they could retire in 25 years, like a police officer versus working, having worked 40 years.
Well, we're also seeing across the board that
You can't.
with the DA's office, all the ones that we're talking about, you're only getting 2-3 candidates,
Right.
taking the test where, back in the 90s, there was 30 or 40 people taking the test and it was a fist fight to get the jobs. It's,
Same with us.
yeah, all across the board here.
Yeah, we might have a list of 20 at one point where we could pick and choose, like, and get a good candidate. Now, like I said, we have 3. So
Thanks for sharing.
we'll see what happens.
Yep. Something to look at.
Yep. That's all I got. Questions?
What is the raise the age plan?
We got to submit a plan on how there's funding available through OCFS through the state to support. When they passed Raise the Age a few years ago, they put a big chunk of money towards Raise the Age that can cover positions or any type of programming for Raise the Age, and we can submit and ask for funding to support Raise the Age because it was so much additional work for all the departments. The state put that money aside, so we can request. It's already 16 and 17. So it used to be 16 and 17-year-olds used to be considered adults in the system. So when they were charged with a crime, they were adults. They could go to jail. Now Raise the Age. They're actually considered juveniles.
18.
But
Yeah. Once 18, which is right. Yeah, well, yeah, there's a few, depending on the people crime. Some of the crimes qualify, but generally, we can do the same thing with a 16 and 17-year-old that we can do with a 13-year-old. They're considered juveniles. It created a lot more work for us because the work with the juveniles is more work through family court than there is like criminal court case generally.
Thank you.
Well, I wish you luck on that 25-year retirement. You certainly deserve it.
Yeah, I agree. It's a lot.
Move on. I don't see the fire coordinator here, Shane. So we'll move on to search and rescue report. Dave?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
As of the 21st of July, we've had 26 calls. That's broken down under 13 notifications and 13 activations. We had 2 Project Lifesaver incidents during the month and 1 mutual aid for Albany County at the request of the forest rangers. We're pretty active this month with presentations for Project Lifesaver. We're down in Constantia for the Summer Family Resource Fair on the 22nd of July, and then on Saturday at the Rural Health Fair in Bolton. And we're scheduled to be at Pulaski for the Connect Care. I think I'm going to understand this is the first year for Connect Care for the Connect Care Day. So we're going to be there, and then we'll be at the Senior Fair in Oswego on the 22nd of September. And then we've been invited to go up to the Salmon River Hatchery Open on September 26th. So we've had a lot of interest in Project Lifesaver, which is great. Any questions?
There's a senior picnic maybe you guys would want to go to.
Where would that be?
August 19th, from 10 to 1:30 at the Fulton Polish Home. So that might be another opportunity for you to help with the lifesaver.
That was in what, Bolton?
Fulton Polish Home,
The time again?
10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m.
I'll have our PIO look that up.
Thank you for all you do.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Let's just, and no more business if we had, and look for the proper motion here.
Make the motion.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Yes, sir.